Hello everyone, welcome today. Welcome on this almost last day of May. Hey, a few more days we'll be into June. It's hard to believe. Hey, hello Auntie, so glad you joined today. Yeah, it's crazy. May's almost over. That means almost the end of school, which is crazy. And June's always the busy month, so I don't know if I'm looking forward to it. But I am looking forward to the nice weather, hopefully, and getting outdoors a bit more. And yeah, hello Pam, nice of you to join. Outside at all today, either of you? Hello Rhonda and Dagny, hello. Thank you for joining. Anybody outside doing stuff today? Enjoying the weather? Is it better, Dagny, Rhonda, in Chetwynd? Is it better? I mean, smoke-wise, I haven't actually even heard anything about the fires. I've been gonna look it up, and I have been so busy that has not been a priority, and then I forget about it. So hello Lori, thank you for joining and watching today. But I know the smoke's better here. It's actually a nice blue sky, beautiful day, so I'm looking forward to being here a couple more hours and then getting off work, so to enjoy some of the weather. I have the pool heating up. Yes, we have a pool above ground and we have a heater. You know, I never had all of that stuff when I was a kid. It was like you just ran the water out of the tap, and if you didn't like it, you just didn't do it, right? But the pool's a family thing, and I don't want to have to go into it with freezing cold water. I think when we first filled it, it was 60 degrees or something, which I don't know what that is in Celsius, but the water was very, very cold. My husband was actually having to reach into the water in the pool to do something with the filter, and he said his hand actually started going numb because it was so cold. So we have a natural gas heater, and I like to have the pool about 94. I don't get it that hot a lot of times. We usually have it around 88, but it makes it so much nicer. And honestly, the kids are in it as much as they possibly can, so I feel like it's an investment that has already brought us so much joy and, you know, just getting out there and activity, and so sometimes it's worth it, right? So let's see, mowed part of the lawn. Oh, it's too hot to finish. Well, that's nice to hear. Clear and sunny, yep. Garage sale. Oh yeah, and went to the trade show. So anybody from Chetwynd, if you're looking for something to do tomorrow, trade show's on. And also at the George Dawson is the Crossroads Expo, I think is how they're wording it. And it is all spiritual, naturopath, gems, crystals, meditation stuff. I'm not even sure what's all there, but it will be very interesting to go and see. So if you're looking for something to do tomorrow, take that in, would be great. Oh yeah. Hello Laurie, nice of you to join. Okay, so couple things. Oh yeah, couple things. Big announcement this week. What was the big announcement? So we will be having a retreat this September. The 21st to 24th out at Moberly Lake, Camp-A-Meal. Beautiful, beautiful spot out there. I haven't been out there in probably 10 years. I think I was trying to remember the last time I'd been out there for a retreat, so it's been a very long time, so I'm looking forward to it. Hello, Wanda. How are you? Nice of you to join. So yes, retreat is going on again, and you know what, I was looking back and it seems like it's about an every 2-year thing. So we had one in 2019 because that would have been the first full year the store was open, and then COVID hit, so nothing in 2020 of course. And then 2021 we had our second retreat out at Tower Lake, and then last year I don't know what happened, but we didn't have one. And so now it's 2023. So it seems like it's an every other year type of thing. So maybe we will try to have them more frequently. We'll see how this one goes, okay? So how the retreat works, you can go online and register if you like. If you prefer to just pay your deposit for now, there is a spot under the classes, retreats, and then view all. And there is just a $75 deposit. If you want to go that way, that's fine. So you would just add that to your cart and pay for it, and that would be fine. If you want to pay for all the days, there's a 4-day or a 3-day option, and you can just, like I said, click on those options, put it in your cart, and you're good to go. Now I'm doing goodie bag upgrades this year. We have attended, me and some of the ladies have attended the carnival in Edmonton, which is a big scrapbooking. You can go there and you can crop and have a bit of a retreat for a couple days, and then there's all the local stores in the area that set up booths so you can shop. And that's one thing they always kind of do, is do like a goodie bag upgrade. So I thought, well, I'll do that this year too. So when you register, you have the option. There's a couple different options on there. However, there's only limited supply. So if you're interested in upgrading your goodie bag and getting some really, really good goodies, check that out, okay? There's more information online. So yeah, couple questions for anybody who's been at retreats. Favorite games, favorite activities. What have you liked at the last couple that you might like to see repeat? I don't know if we've had any challenges per se, but if there was something, let me know about that too. Also, classes, yay, nay, would you like to have classes, not have classes? What's kind of your thought on that? You know, I want to make sure that this is a great event for everybody, so let me know your preferences. I'm interested to know. Okay, so done with retreat. Next thing is the craft social coming up in June the 17th. It will be after the store closes, so it's on a Saturday. The store closes at 4, and the craft social will start at 5. And I'm going to show you. Did I show you the project last time? I can't remember if I did. Oh, I think I did, right? Ta-da! So this is the project we will create. You get to have your choice of background colors. It's just a stress paint, so you can pick any colors that you want. Then you get the dandelions, and you can keep this quote here that says, "I wished for you," or you can choose "just breathe," either or, and you can just let me know that when you register. It's going to be $55. There's going to be snacks and refreshments and lots of chatting and having fun, I'm sure. So if that's something you're interested in, that is also online, ready to go. You can always come into the store, of course, to register for anything, but if you, it just kind of makes it easier if you want to just go online and do it. So that's that. Yeah. So I have some new MINTAY stuff in, so I thought I would sort of show that. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to show you some new MINTAY stuff, and then I've put together a few samples of their Chippies, which is kind of a mix between wood and chipboard. And so I'm going to show you a few of how I decorated those. Okay. And then, yeah, so that's kind of for today. So I better stop talking and get to showing you the new product. All right. Let's go here. Okay. So this is one of MINTAY's new paper lines, and the only reason I'm showing you the paper lines, I want to show you all their new Chippies, but there was only a couple new ones that I ordered in, so I thought, well, I'll just show you that. So this one's called Nana's Kitchen. I think it's a really cute paper pack. So on the back of the cover, of course, fussy cutting items that you can cut out. Look at how beautiful the colors are, hey? Whoa. Okay, I need to maybe do one at a time here, because otherwise it gets to be a lot. Now, so one. So they usually have like a busier pattern and then a more of a standard pattern on the back, right? So this one, that's cute. I haven't even actually opened these to look through it yet. So, ooh, look at that one. It's like all recipes. I wonder if you could actually cook some of these. Recipe page, so that's cool. Aww. Cutlery, silverware, actual silverware. China and note paper. Ooh, this is pretty. Wow, that's really nice. And then this looks like a kind of a baby's breath, but it looks like it's got a bit of a pinker tone, so I'm not sure if maybe baby's breath comes in pink. I don't know. And then here's their cut apart sheet. So you have, they're 3 inches by 4 inches, and then you have a variety of these that you can cut out. You can put them on cards. You can add them to little clusters on your page. They're great for ephemera, and then that's it. So then they start to repeat. So that is Nana's Kitchen. And with that, and I had up here before, is these are called, they're paper die cuts. And so these are all the pieces that you get in there. It comes with 60 different pieces. $15.95. All right, now the next collection is always sought after, and it is a more masculine collection, and it is called Garage. So I've ordered a little bit more than just the paper, but I'll go over those other things in just a minute. Very masculine. So here's your cut apart pieces. So, and I always like how they have, like some music stuff. They have like weightlifting. They have lots of tools, motorcycle, so they really go over the whole range of different activities that I guess they think men are interested in. Ooh, definitely garage. I'm sure lots of people's garages look like that. And does this one say? Oh, it doesn't really have like a name of the paper. That's nice. So it's a nice blue. It's like a denim blue color. That's a really nice color. You don't actually see that color very often. So look, these pages are almost completed. You wouldn't even hardly have to do anything to scrapbook with these. They're almost completed. Oh, and look at checkerboard. Rusted checker plate. That's perfect paper pattern. Okay, more garage. Oh, actual denim. So look at that. Patterned. It's actual denim. And then these, actually, I have a couple of these type boxes. They're really nice. This would be nice in a garage, these wooden sorting boxes. Storage. Oh, and then like, I guess some pipe. Well, it doesn't look, they might be supposed to mimic pipes, bolts, I'm not sure. Oh, it's very hard to see on there. Here, I'll lift it a little closer. Do you see that? There, that's better. Ooh, plaid. Nice. Ripped black denim. Ooh, this must be from the 80s. You don't see that kind of denim very often anymore. And then here is your cut-aparts. And then I like the back of the cut-aparts too, because then they're just, I don't think I showed you the other one, but then they're just the more subtle cards that you can use for other things. Be cute for backgrounds, for little journal boxes, all of that. And then, like I said, it repeats again. So that is that. So then in this set, I did bring in it's called the add-on paper pack. And it is 6x8 size. And it has 8 designs and then 3 of them, and they repeat 3 times. So the back of the cover, and then I'll just kind of flip through these. And so they're different patterns than what is in the other paper pack, which is, I think, kind of cool that they give you the option to have these papers that actually go with the paper pack, but they're completely different. And then they also have some cut-aparts in here as well. Oh, that one's the same, but that is cool at that size for sure. And then it starts again. What was the first page? Oh, this one, yeah. So yeah, there's that. And I really like these size ones, 6x8. I've been ordering a lot more of those in. I feel like you can really get a lot done with them. So then here's their paper die cuts for this one. Let's show you quick. So gears and a whole bunch of different things. And then they also now, MINTAY has brought out these, they're called paper elements. And look, they mimic the craft-a-clock stuff. So look, there's envelopes, there's tags, there's tickets. And you don't even have to cut these ones out. They come already cut out for you. And there's 27 different elements in here. And so these would be great to add to your scrapbooking kit. So I thought that was very, very cool that they came out with those. All right, now the Chippies. So here they are for anybody who doesn't know what Chippies are. So they come in 12x12. This one is called Titles. These are all online. So if you want to have a bit of a better look or have more information, they're on there. So, and then I just found out, because I was playing around with some, right, to be able to show you guys what to do with them. And on the inside, there is a scrapbook page on the back of the title sheet. There's an actual scrapbook page you can use. That's why I love MINTAY. They always just take, you know, they use every piece that is possibly available. So that one's new titles. We haven't had that one before. This one we have had before, called Boho. So it's all like sun catchers and feathers, and it's beautiful. So Boho. Just going through, I should have had these sorted a little bit. Okay, so I have a few of those. I'm just going to set those down on the floor. Okay, and now this next one is very cool too, called Travel. I've had a lot of people come in lately that are working on, you know, their vacation scrapbooks and things like that. So these would be very cool. They're probably about, I think they've got to be close to about an 1/8 inch thick. So probably roughly the same thickness as chipboard. And then this one is called Photo Number 3. So look at that. It's like Polaroid picture frames, but then you have little designs in each one that would show up when you put your picture in underneath. So cool. And while we're talking, these are $9.95 each a sheet. So very good price point on these. This one's really cute. I'll have to play around with this one time just to see what you can all do with it. I'll put that travel one away for you, Dagny. Okay, and then this one, Carousel. This one's brand new. The travel one was new. This one's new. Anybody like carousels, or for Disneyland? We went on the carousel about 4 times when we were at Disneyland, because Audrey doesn't really like the fast rides, so she was all about the carousels. However, there is one there that has all different animals, not just horses, so we could use this for some of our pictures, but then we'd have to cover over the horses. And then this one is brand new as well. It's called Summer. So you see how it can reflect all the lovely stuff about summer. Really cool. This would be amazing on some travel pages and stuff too. So I thought that would be a good addition. This one's new as well. It is called Seaside. And I actually quite a bit of the time have people come in looking for lighthouses and anchors and different things. So I really like the mix of this one with that, and then also the seashells and the starfish. So I really like this one as well. All right. Okay, and then the next one is a new one too. Photo set. So look at this. It's very cool. Cameras, pieces of film strip. This looks like it was maybe meant to be like a slide reel or something. This is what the shutter in your camera does when it opens and closes. If you have, you know, a digital, like an SLR, or if you had like the old style lens camera, this is what your shutter did when it opened and closed to take the picture. So very cool. All right. Then we have this one, which I think we've had before, but it sold out quite fast. Windows. And they're a good size, you know, they are a little bit more on the bigger side, but they're still a good size. Like I'd say these ones are probably 4.5. These ones are maybe more like 5.5 inches tall, you know, so they're good sizes, and they would be great on mixed media. They would be great on scrapbooks. They have a lot of great uses. So those ones are called Windows. Next, Angel Wings, which I think these are just beautiful. And for some mixed media canvas or something like that, these would be beautiful. They would work great on scrapbook pages as well. They're very, very, very beautiful and well detailed. So when you are removing these, they don't pop out like some other, like a paper die cuts would. If they were in a sheet like this, you could pop them out. These I would recommend taking an X-Acto knife or a craft knife, and you can see if I can show it right here, there's that tiny, tiny little knob that holds them together, and I would just slice through that with your craft knife, and they will come right out easy. But if you try to just push them out with your hand without cutting them, you can actually, they will actually rip because they're delicate. This is just called the word set, and we've had this one before, but it sold out quite quickly. Sorry for the glare. I'll try to move it around so you can kind of see all the words. These would be great on your scrapbook pages. These would be great on mini albums, even for titles and things. Okay, and all you ladies that are commenting on what you'd like, I will go back through and pull these all for you. So titles. This one we've had before, trees. So, and I like the fact that you can either layer and build up your tree, or you can piece it together and make a really cool, unique tree. But being able to layer it and make it a thicker one is very cool. So trees, like I said, we've had this before, but it was sold out, so I restocked this one too. I actually think the last time we talked about Chippies, Jennifer used this one in her demo. And so it went quite fast, so I had to reorder it as well. So this one's called, of course, Hot Air Balloons. And they're really beautiful. I don't know, I guess they would, some of them would work good on cards. They might be good for cards. They work really good for like baby mini albums or baby pages. I don't know why people associate babies with hot air balloons, but that is what seems to happen. Sorry for my reach here. Frames, number 2, this one is. And what I like is that you get the centerpiece as well as the frame piece itself. So it's almost dual purpose because you could use these for anything. Stamp on them, do anything, add a picture. So frames 2. And then the last one, actually we already had that in stock and I reordered it not knowing that we had them in stock already, but it is the clock set. And that's the one that I actually decided to color today. So I'll show you some of these clocks and how I've prettied them up. So clock set, this is really good. Dang, this is what we should have used for your class because there's 9. All right, so that's all I have. Now, I'm gonna show you this one first. I'll hold it up. So this one I used embossing powder on to pretty up. Okay. I used the Distress Embossing Glaze. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? And I wrote off used the saltwater taffy. So now look at the difference between what it shows, the color it shows, and the color it turned out. That is because these Chippies, as you can see, are not white. Now, if I compare with a piece of white cardstock, I don't know if you can really truly see the difference, but it has quite a yellow tone to it. And we all know what color red and yellow makes. It makes orange, right? So because I went straight off of the Chippy and put the pink on there, it kind of made it turn orange, but that's okay. The look I'm going for, orange, is an acceptable color anyway. So I put some of the Distress Embossing Glaze in there, and then I also used the liquid platinum from Ranger, the embossing powder. That's where you get the darker spots from. And then I also sprinkled some glitter that I had around from Wow, just to make it a little bit glittery. I don't know if you guys can see the glittery bits of it or not. And then because I'm putting it on a page and I didn't want it so glossy, that embossing glaze will leave it very glossy. What I did instead was I put multimedia gel over the top, matte, and it dulls it down. So it looks really cool. Now, a quick note about this embossing stuff is that I'm working on some pages and I have decided that I want to use these rub-ons as part of my page. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to make these clocks so that they would go with these die cuts. And so as you can see, that orange, if I can pull it up here, it kind of pulls from this spot right here. And then same with the darker colors. There's a bit of the darker colors in here that pulls from that. So when I was doing this clock, and saltwater taffy is a color that matches quite good with this. So I had pulled my saltwater taffy, but the other color I was using is my favorite color, of course. And I didn't have, they actually haven't brought out embossing glaze in that color yet. So I had to improvise. So that is when I went and found this color, which is fairly close. And it's okay that one is translucent and one's opaque. And then I'd found this, which was a little bit like spiced marigold, which is another of the colors I used. And so I wanted to add that. And so it's showing you a way to get your colors, even if you don't have them all in the same product. There's other ways that you could go through and match up your colors. So stay tuned for the class where we use that rub-on. Hello, Melanie. Yes, better late than never, absolutely. So this is the first one that I did using embossing powder and some glitter. And the way I've done this, which some of you probably already know, but I love these embossing daubers. I love them. Now, I'm not so thrilled about the little felt top that comes on here. So what I do is I just pour a little bit out on a palette, and then I use the mini round blending tool and just pounce it on. So then I would just pounce it, and then you could just pounce it in certain areas. I did the saltwater taffy first, so I randomly pounced, put the saltwater taffy on, heated it. Then I did a little bit more random pouncing. I put the liquid platinum on there, shook it off, heat set it. Oh, I did put the glitter on though too before I heat set it, just so that it's stuck in there. But so that is how I did that one. Because everybody always asks me with the chippies and the chipboard, what do you do? What can you do with them? What can you do with them? So this next one, I used my favorite color of paint on here. So this is just distress paint, nothing fancy. Again, I used one of those blending tools to color the background. And then I used a cover a card stamp, and I just inked this up, and then I laid my chippy down like that, and I used a bigger block that I had to push it in to make sure it was not going to move and then it was getting covered. And I used archival ink, which I didn't really want to use black ink because it's not really in the flow of my colors, but I tried using hickory smoke and it just wouldn't work. So I thought, you know what, let's go tried and true and go with the archival. And then again, I did seal it with the multimedia gel just so that everything's going to have the kind of the same feel and texture. So embossing powders and glitter, and then paint and ink. The next one is ink. So I just used a newer blending brush, like the, I don't know what you would call those ones, but you know, the newer ones with the handle. I used those, and I just put saltwater taffy straight on here from the ink pad. Then I used pumice stone, I'm pretty sure is the color I used because that's the color, and I put it through a stamp or a stencil. So this one's all ink, but one was put on direct with a blending brush, and then the next one I still use that same blending brush, I just put it on through a stencil, and so you get that cool polka dotted sort of look. Now for that, with these clock faces, because there's not a lot of surface area, definitely the stencil that you choose, I would say choose a smaller pattern like this, or a tighter together pattern where there's less open space, right? You can get some stencils that have this much open space, and I just don't think it would show up as good as one of these that have the tighter open spaces. So, and then on top of this one, I put crackle paste, but I feel like it might be too delicate for it to pick up on camera. And it is crackling. Maybe what I'll have to do is go in and just put some ink on it or something just to bring out the crackle, so that you can see, because yeah, I don't think it really shows up on camera too much. But yeah, so that one's all just ink. And then my last one, which I didn't quite get finished because actually somebody came in, but also because it's kind of a disaster. But I decided to try gilding flakes on here. So I used multimedia gel, and then I put the gilding flakes on top of it. But you have to let that multimedia gel dry, and honestly, I don't even know if it's dry yet. But I will try to brush a bit gentle and just see if I can clear some of this off. I don't know how well this is going to work because multimedia gel might not be the solution for these gilding flakes, but I wanted to try some different things just to see what I could come up with for showing you what you can do with these. And of course, you remember, this stuff's worse than glitter. Now, usually to burnish it, you want to use a really firm brush. I'm just not sure I want to do a firm brush as firm because I'm, like I said, not sure that multimedia gel dried. But I feel like if you could get this to dry and make it look the way that gilding flakes are supposed to look, I think it would be beautiful. I actually was going to use the Deco Foil gel, but I, of course, didn't think about it till this morning, and that stuff takes like 2 or 3 hours to dry. So gilding flakes was the next logical step. Who uses gilding flakes? I hardly ever use them because, like I said, they are more mess than, now look, I wrecked my V there because I pushed too hard. That is one thing I will say about these, is they're quite a bit more delicate than chipboard is. So be very aware of that. Oh, a sponge brush? I don't know. Even on that, this might be too, I don't know. It's just that it's really delicate, and also, like I said, I'm just not sure if that media gel is quite dry yet. And I also kind of had to put it on a little thick because, you know, it's hard to just get it to cover these tiny little spots, right? I'm just going from the back to see if I can get some of the more major pieces out, and then I'll turn it around again. And of course, when I'm doing this and then somebody comes in and I'm in the middle and then the fan's going, so I have to quickly like throw something over this and then go shut the fan off. And oh yeah, it was quite fun in here about an hour ago. So the color combo I used for these rub-ons was, thank you Lori for mentioning that, was saltwater taffy, spiced marigold, pumice stone, and ice spruce. Okay, I mean, I definitely think if you played around with this and had the time, it could be really nice. I would though, however, well, I was gonna say I think I would prefer to use the Deco Gel, but you know what? I don't know, because it's hard on these. Of course, I picked this one, which is very thin. Like all the features on here are really thin, right? On these clock faces. You could pick some of the other ones, like even the words, you know, you'd get more surface area, and then something like this technique would probably suit that a little bit more because your surface area would be more, right? See, some of this is coming right off because I don't think the gel was quite dry. But that's okay. We're kind of getting the gist of it anyway. So any questions about the Chippies or the MINTAY or the Retreat or anything like that? Oh, just a piece of porous sponge? Really? Well, I might have to try that to finish cleaning this up anyway, because I feel like I'm not going to get this cleaned up on time. And look, we're already at 2:04, so I don't want to keep you guys. Oh, and before I go, though, I have to do the draw, because May is almost over. All right. So you guys get the gist, but at least that gives you a few ideas of what you can do with these, and chipboard as well. I mean, these, anything you can do with chipboard, you can do to these, and anything you can do to these, you can do to chipboard, right? So I just need to clean this up a little bit more, but I definitely feel like this is a thing you could do. I'm just maybe not as great at these gilding flakes, but look, it's not so bad. I'll move that chaos out of the way. And even though there's still a few pieces, it's not too bad. All right, see, that wasn't so bad. It's not as clean as it should be, but it's still a nice glossy copper color, and I will clean it up more. But I think it'll go pretty good on here. You know, that orange, that copper will pull that orange out really, really nicely. And then this, see, I don't like the black with this, so I may have to go and just have a backwards clock and do something else on the back of it, because I don't know that I want the black ink on there. Or I may just whitewash it with that pumice stone just washed down just to fade out the black. I'm not sure yet. And then the saltwater taffy, of course. Yeah, so it's going to be perfect. It's going to be beautiful. All right, back to my face. All right, so let's do the draw for May, and then I can let you guys all go and get back to having a fabulous rest of your day. And so from now on, because it's always, you know, I'm always last minute and I'm trying to pick prizes out, and lots of people sometimes don't even come in for their prize. And so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to make things easier. I am just going to give a coupon code, which you can use in-store or online, for $10 off your purchase. So whoever wins, it's going to be your responsibility to message me and get the coupon code. All right, so let's see who it's going to be here. Pam, it's you. Pam, you win for May. So just text me or message me and I will get you that coupon code. And it's good. It's just one-time use, but it's good. It doesn't expire, so it's no rush to use it. So yeah. Well, thank you so much to everybody watching, as you always do. And I hope that I inspired you a little bit to kind of maybe go outside your comfort zone a little bit in trying these chippies. I know that they can be a little daunting, but they are really unique and they're really beautiful, and they can really add some great stuff to your pages and your projects and your mini albums. So give them a try. I'd like to see, okay? So make sure that you're posting what you create with them, okay? Have a good rest of your weekend. Enjoy tomorrow. There's lots going on, and I will